Have you ever thought, man, I love Metal Gear Solid, and I really love Cave Story. If only I didn't have to choose between the two. Perhaps you're a busy businessman on the go. Maybe you've got a gun pointed to your head and you have to pick. Well, fear not. Your prayers have been answered. GIR, aka Cheezer, has given us Metal Gear Story, a Metal Gear Solid mod for Cave Story, and I have just the lack of shame required to play and record this thing. Let's get cracking. Hey, a quote. You there? Yeah, I'm here. What's the mission again? You've forgotten already. Your mission is to destroy Metal Gear Rex, a bipedal tank capable of launching nuclear warheads. And how do I do that? Don't worry about that right now. If you don't infiltrate the island successfully, the whole mission will fail. So, this start point has been completely remodified to look like the start point of Metal Gear Solid. Oh, we're getting a call already. Quote, see that radio and first aid kit? Yeah. Use the radio to call me when you need to save. The first aid kit will heal your wounds, too. So, we will go ahead and actually save. Hey, a quote, need to save? Game saved. Okay, that's kind of a weird thing to say, acknowledging that this is in fact a game, but whatever. Health refilled. Otherwise, I think this is pretty much starting just like a regular cave story. Just like the regular cave story. What do I do? Head to the Amiga town. Meet with our insider there. Her name is Curly Brace. Good too. Yeah, she wanted to be on this. What Colonel says, yeah, whatever. She said she wanted to look after you. Ugh. Try to find a weapon. Remember, this is a stealth mission. You procure all of your equipment on site. Okay, read to this point. I do think that those cutscenes are actually extremely well made for a mod. A very, very weird mod, but a mod all the same. In fact, I think that there's been a lot of love poured into this mod all around, which is why I was so drawn to play it in the first place. I mean, it takes a huge fan of both Metal Gear Solid and Cave Story to even think about making this. And as you will see pretty shortly, things are going to get pretty weird and awesome. There's no other way I can really think to describe this. But for now, this is playing out like regular Cave Story, and we need to go to the Hermit Gunsmith and get, instead of the Polar Star, the SOCOM. Of course, I'm sure you all saw that coming. And here we are. I've heard of SOCOM. Oh, that's a 9mm handgun. The MK23 model. Nice find. Yeah, I could probably use this. Yeah, you can probably use that, Snake. To be fair, I think it's very strange that you don't start with any of the equipment in the Metal Gear Solid games, but, you know, maybe that's how actual spy work is done. Oh, by the way, there's a secret path up here. I kind of just started going for it. I don't really know how I found this in the first place. I just kind of happened to be going in this direction and ended up going into the wall. One thing led to another, and now we have 11 whole health. But that's not entirely useful, because after this cave we actually will never get damaged again. However, it's a good thing that we have it. I guess that they were eventually planning on having, you know, something that could actually hurt you aside from bats and slimes. Speaking of, it's pretty weird that we're fighting bats and slimes again. I think that that could have been changed out, but I guess that didn't quite happen. Also, you might have noticed that there was a spike pit in the ceiling above me just a few seconds ago. For whatever reason, the creator of the mod decided to make all these spikes instantly kill you at the start of the game, and they put a giant death pit for effectively no reason other than to make your life a little bit worse. Let's get healed up and save once again before continuing onward. You'll also notice that the Polar Star has a ammo count to it this time, 78. It's a pretty strange number. I'm not sure why they chose 78. It must have just been, I don't know, whatever they felt like putting in at the time. Let's grab this key and use that to open up the door and never ever see this mechanic appear in the game ever again. I don't know why that was thrown in whatsoever. I guess that they were just showing off their mechanical skills. Who you work for? What do you like to know? Why are you here? What do you know? Don't make this hard for both of us. I'll never say. We have maze to make you talk. You don't want to get hurt, do you? Ha! You don't scare me. Tell us, or... And then off she runs. An intruder. This is where the mod starts to really shine. Quote, are you alright? I'm in jail. I was captured. But you're not hurt, right? Ah, well, quote, we don't have time to lie around. Find a way out of that jail. That letter might help you out. Letter? We start with standing on the tile that gives us the letter, press down, and boom! We get a letter. Shall we read it? I think so. Will you read it? Yes. This is Curly. Meet me by the farm. Go up as far as you can to find a door. The sign will say Yamashita Farm. Be careful, there's lots of guards. To get out of the cell, shoot the wall. The letter ends here. Well, here we are in the jail cell. We've been playing as, I guess, solid quote for about, I don't know, 5 minutes now, and we've already wound up in a jail. As far as secret agency is concerned, I don't think that's a particularly good track record, but whatever. I guess he's just the man for the job. Then again, he's also invading a base inhabited entirely by bunny rabbits, so I don't think he has to work too hard. So, what's up? How do I get past these guards? You'll have to sneak by them. Try to stay out of their line of sight. They are mimigas, so they don't have very good eyes. They can only see what's in front of them and what's behind them. Okay, I'll manage to keep out somehow. So as I was saying, this is where the mod really starts to shine, in that these guys are scripted, that if you fall in front of them, they enter that kind of alert mode with the little exclamation points, and it warps you back over here. That's what makes this a solid Snake game instead of just a regular whatever you would call this thing. And this is a map system, which is actually extremely useful because, so long as you retain your spirit of exploration, well, that's just kind of the same text you normally get when you get the map system. Whatever. And yeah, as you can see, they've completely modified the base to look pretty awesome. Also, if you port this mod to Cave Story Plus, this is as far as you get. Luckily, we can actually go further than that. So what are we going to do here? Well, if you crack open the map system, that shows you where all the secret paths are. And there's one right here. You can see it's trying to act like the ventilation shafts. Now if you go up here, no, you get stuck. But there's a very, very obvious path outwards, so we will go ahead and take that. And we'll just continue to move upwards towards the farm, because for whatever reason, a base with a nuclear, robot destruction thing has a farm nearby, I guess to feed everybody. That was kind of something they probably should have taken out of the game, but whatever. And there's also a graveyard and a reservoir in Arthur's house still. Well, whatever. In case you haven't gathered by now, this mod is dramatically unfinished, but I think it's just weird enough all the same, and just complete enough to still be worth looking at. Here we are at the Yamashita Farm, and this is where we're going to meet up with Curly Brace, who I guess is basically the Meryl of this mod. And we'll get the life capsule just as if this were a normal run-through of Cave Story. And there's no Curly Brace, except for this very obvious path, which is, I guess, a ventilation shaft into the dirt wall that represents this area of the farm. And here she is. Look who finally showed up. Thanks for saving me back there. If you hadn't dropped in, I probably would have died. Well, we still got a mission to do. We need to find out where Metal Gear is being stored. How do we do that? Oh, I know. Go talk to the Amiga guards. But whenever they see me, throw me at their cell. I have just the thing to fix that. And just like that, we've effectively got the stealth suit of this mod. With this, you should have no problem talking to the Amiga. Do I really have to wear this? Yep. Now go find out where Metal Gear is. That's the thing I really love about this mod, is that it alternates between talking about a nuclear capable machine that can just annihilate everything, and then it's the characters talk like they're 8-year-old kids. Well, I do have some bad news. I've played through this mod, and I don't think that you can actually talk to anybody wearing the mask. I think that this is where the mod technically ends. It looks like we should be able to kind of drop over here to talk to number 2. I forget what his name is. But as you can see, you land on the ramp, and then you get spotted, and then bad stuff happens. Is there more content to this mod? Sort of. The person who made this mod did actually release a version 2 where they said it was finished about a year after they did this one. And from what I gathered on the feedback towards it, it's nothing like this. They got rid of 100% of the sneaking, and they made it just a redo of the hell level. And it's pretty bad. Pretty bad from what I've gathered. So, with that done, I think we've explored everything about this mod. It was just too weird not to do. Really, the second I saw that this thing existed, I pretty much felt compelled to do this. So, with that all, thank you to Studio Pixel for making this game. Thank you to GIR aka Cheezer for the very imaginative and incredible amount of love that was poured into this mod. And thank you for watching.